Women get bored with monogamy much sooner than men. Men's desire in long-term relationship goes down gradually. He actually is much more able to remain interested. Women's desire post-marriage plummets.
Wow.
And it's always been translated as, well, that's because women care less about sex, rather than it's because women care less about the sex that they can have in their committed relationships.
Okay, so fellas, the reason for this is because of something I like to call post-commitment clarity. Men suffer with post-nut clarity when it comes to sex, and women suffer with post-commitment clarity when it comes to commitment, relationship, and marriage.
Which is often not interesting enough for them. And it often has to do with the fact that the story, the character, the plot is not
It's not seductive anymore. When you're chasing the Premier League title, that experience is very seductive. Once you've won the Premier League title, the seduction goes, the allure goes, the mystery goes, the unpredictable nature of it goes, the uncertainty goes. Women are fantasy-driven creatures of infatuation and desire. They are attracted to the potentiality of things, the possibilities of things, and all of the things that could go wrong and all of the things that could go right. They prefer to long for things, wish for things, yearn for things. So they prefer to desire things. They do not prefer to actually have things. You cannot have your cake and eat it too. You cannot have something and also yearn for said thing. You cannot have something and also desire it at the same time. So women want to have their cake. They do not want to eat it too.
Romance, which is an essential ingredient of turn-on for the woman, often disappears in the long-term relationship.
Women have a deep desire to be in relationships, just like how men have a deep desire to have sex. Sometimes this deep desire can take over the conscious mind and put both men and women in situations that they actually don't want to be in. Most of the elements women enjoy when dealing with a man happen when she is chasing a man for his commitment. The overcoming element of working towards something out of reach, something unobtainable, is romance for her. The anxiety and relief cycle makes the experience exciting for her, and this is what rewards her psychologically. When this element of overcoming goes, when the anxiety and relief cycle goes, so does her incentives and motivation for her man. And her clarity will kick in and she'll be left with a man with certain behaviors and certain characteristics. If this man does not have the right behaviors and characteristics, then her clarity will push her away from him. But if this man has the right behaviors and the right characteristics, then her clarity will push her towards him. Now, the reason for this is because of our reproductive drive, which is the drive within us that pushes us towards the opposite sex. This is the animal within us, and this animal is a lot stronger than the thoughts, feelings, motivations, and fears of our civilized self. Both man and woman are blinded in this process, and they can only see what it is that they desire, which has nothing to do with the person standing in front of them. The person standing in front of them simply represents and symbolizes the things that they desire. The person standing in front of them acts as a conduit that allows them to connect with the things that they desire, the things that they fantasize about. The man regains his clarity early, which is after sex, but the woman regains her clarity at the end, which is after the commitment has been established. So in this video, fellas, I'm going to teach you guys how to overcome the woman's post-commitment clarity. You need protocol for this. The woman has protocol for your post-nut clarity. You need protocol for the woman's post-commitment clarity. But fortunate for you guys today, I am going to teach you exactly how to navigate this, overcome this, and leave these situations in success. Please leave a like, leave a comment, sign up for one-on-one coaching, and let's get into the meat and potatoes. Okay, so the woman wants to have her cake, but she does not desire to eat it too, because if she eats her cake, then she will no longer be able to have her cake. If she eats her cake, then she won't be able to have it too. If she eats her cake, then she will no longer be able to have it too. The woman desires to have her cake. She does not want to eat it, because if she eats her cake, she will no longer be able to have it too. The woman wants to work towards the apex of her relationship with you. The woman wants to work towards the apex of her relationship with you. That's her cake. But if she eats her cake, then she will no longer be able to work towards the apex of her relationship with you. But when you are dealing with a woman, everything she is going to do is to work towards eating her cake. Everything she's going to do is to work towards an outcome. And what you fellas need to do is to ensure that she does not get the outcome that she is working towards. Because the truth is, she does not actually want to eat her cake. She wants to have her cake. This is the stage that the woman derives pleasure from. This is what she does it all for. The woman is a creature of infatuation and desire. She loves to desire things. She wants to desire things. The woman wants to spend as much time here than anywhere else. The woman wants to oscillate between here and here. This is where she's desiring to have her cake. This is where she gets to have her cake. But this is where she gets to eat it. All right? And what game is? The vast majority of game, guys, is being able to keep the woman in this stage, the stage where she has her cake, because this is the stage that she truly wants. This is where she wants to be. And the men who are really, really good at dealing with women are able to keep the woman where she wants to be, giving her the feelings, the experiences, and the circumstances that she truly wants. But everything the woman says and does is to push towards here, the outcome, eating her cake. But this is not what she wants. This is not what she wants. The woman knows that she needs to push towards a linear outcome. She knows she needs to push towards a linear outcome, and that's what she's going to do. But depending on how this woman achieves this linear outcome is everything. Because the chances are, once she achieves this linear outcome, once she eats this cake, she's going to develop post-commitment clarity. Because this is not what she wants. Because once she eats her cake, she's not going to be able to have it too. So as a man, your job is to provide her with a seductive and compelling experience and journey towards eating her cake. If you, as a man, want a long-term relationship with her, she's going to have to eat that cake. But the journey that you send her on before she eats this cake is everything. You need to be able to make this cake as delicious as possible. And you have to learn how to keep the woman stuck in this stage, oscillating between this stage and this stage. Giving the woman her cake and taking it away from her. You need to learn how to keep the woman stuck here for as long as possible, so she actually truly desires to eat that cake. But she does not want to eat that cake, if that makes sense. All right. So what you need to do is you need to be able to provide her with a seductive and romantic experience, so that when it's time to eat this cake, it is truly delicious and it is truly rewarding and satisfying. The truth of the matter is, fellas, is that the woman should probably never, ever, ever eat her cake. Never, ever eat her cake. Where you guys go wrong is that you give the woman the cake whole. You give it to her whole, and the woman is a glutton. I'll say that again. The woman is a glutton. She's going to eat the entire cake on that day.
She's going to eat the entire cake on that day. What I coach you guys and teach you guys is to give the woman really small slices of that cake throughout time. So in truth, the woman is always desiring that cake. You need to be able to package yourself into an experience for the woman so that she is receiving slices of this cake throughout 20 years, 30 years, over a long period of time. You need to learn how to break up your commitment, break up the apex of the things that she wants and give it to her in bits and pieces. I always used to say, you are a video game. And what you need to do is you need to be able to break up your commitment in bits and pieces for the woman to collect along that journey, all of the power-ups, all of the cool items, all of the things that she wants. She needs to be able to work towards these things, wait towards these things. She needs a couple game overs, and sometimes she's going to have to start again all from the beginning, right? But she needs to be able to collect slices of this cake for a very, very long time, all right? You want your woman to put in thousands of hours into you, not 30, 40 hours of game time, of gameplay. You want her to put in thousands of hours into you. If you're a TV series, you got to come like the Real Housewives of Atlanta and stuff like that, or just the Real Housewives in general, and make your seasons 20, 40 seasons long. If you're a video game, you got to come like Final Fantasy and make 5 discs per game. Final Fantasy 29, right? Because the woman, this is where she wants to be. Men and women are very, very different. All right. Us men, this is where we want to be. We want to come here and move on because we're goal orientated. We're very linear in life. We're going to lack something. And then in this lack, we're going to cultivate all the skills and the values, the boundaries and the competencies to be able to work towards having it. And then when we're going to work towards having it, eventually we're going to have that outcome. Us men, we do not like being here. We want to be here. And when we're here, if there's nothing wrong with us, when we're here, we experience satisfaction, validation, approval. We're grateful. We're happy. It regulates us, right? And now we're going to move on to our next linear goal. But this is the opposite for the woman. This is where the woman experiences satisfaction, validation, approval. This is what regulates the woman. Right, and then when she's here, this dysregulates her, right? And the reason why this dysregulates her is because it exposes that the things that she actually desires are illusions. It's not real, the things that she actually desires. She's just tricking herself into continuously desiring things because this is where she feels alive, right? The illusion and the lie that all I need is this one thing and I will be whole again. But that's not true. The woman has all types of issues and she needs to do a whole bunch of things that she does not want to do in order for her to feel whole, in order for her to regulate herself. All the things that she avoids and she's too afraid and cowardly to do, those are the things that's going to regulate her and make herself feel whole. But she does not want to do that. So she lies to herself and tells her, all I need is this thing and everything will be perfect. So when she achieves these things, when she actually gets these things, it just exposes that there is no one thing that's going to make her feel whole. And this dysregulates her. So when she gets the things that she wants, it's genuinely speaking, fellas, listen to what I'm saying. When she gets the things that she wants, it's the worst thing that can happen to her. It destroys her illusions. It destroys all of the lies that she tells herself on a day-to-day basis. The woman would prefer to remain in her fantasy-wrapped bubble of delusion and lies because this is the closest she can come to regulating herself, right? This is the reason why women wish for things and hope for things and yearn for things. All right, because it regulates her. It's the closest that the woman comes to feeling regulation. This is the reason why women chase emotionally unavailable men. This is the reason why women chase men who are out of reach, men who are forbidden, because she knows that she probably will never, ever achieve this with them. She knows that these men will provide her with a long and maybe eternal state of desiring. The woman would much rather feel this than this, fellas. All right, so fellas, this video is going on longer than I originally intended for it to go. So it's turned more into a theoretical video, and it was supposed to be a practical video. But if I'm being honest with you, I've already done the practical version of this video. I'm gonna go and watch it. All right, it's called Why Women Lose Interest in You. All right, why women lose interest in you, how to keep the fire burning. Go and watch that video, all right, because it is a part 2 of this video, but then I'm going to make another part 2 of this video anyway. So let me close the video out on this. When you're dealing with women, fellas, women do not operate in love, all right? Women operate in infatuation. Women are codependent beings. In order to actually love other people, and in order to actually love yourself, you need to make yourself into an independent being, all right? Because true love happens interdependently. It doesn't happen through codependency. So women don't actually practice love, all right? Women practice infatuation, limerence, obsession, fixation, all right? But the thing about infatuation is that it says that it represents love, but it represents the fantasy of love or the idea of love, not the loving of an actual person. This is why infatuation disappears when you either actually get to know the person of your desires or finally obtain the person of your desires, because infatuation is the love of what could be and the love of what's missing. So essentially, infatuation is the process of falling in love with the very concept of desire itself, with the very concept of love itself. And these desires are so strong, so steeped in fantasy, so rejecting of reality and anything that goes against the fantasy. This begins the process of dehumanizing and objectifying whoever foolish enough to mistake this infatuation for true, genuine love. Irish playwright Oscar Wilde famously once said, "Life only has 2 real tragedies. Either you never get the thing that you've always wanted, or you get exactly the thing that you've always wanted." And the reason why both outcomes are tragedies is because this is the nature of desire. This is the nature of infatuation. All right. The first tragedy, imagine desiring something and wanting something and yearning something and working towards something, and you never achieve this thing, and you never obtain this thing, you never get to experience this thing. That for certain is a tragedy, and this is a consequence of desire and infatuation. But then at the same time, imagine working towards something and putting your heart and soul into something, and you are able to get exactly the thing that you've always wanted, only to find out that the thing that you've always wanted was not the thing that you've always wanted. Imagine you finally get everything you've always wanted, or you finally get the thing that you've always wanted, the thing that you've always told yourself will 100% make me whole. The thing that is missing, the thing that will make me complete, the thing that will complete me. Only to find out that what you want and desire is to want and desire. And now that you have the thing that you've always wanted, you simply no longer desire it. This is the fate of the fantasy-driven, infatuation-driven woman. This is the fate of all creatures of desire. And one thing that I would recommend to you guys is that you guys do not also become a creature of desire. This will be the fate waiting for you. And this is the fate waiting for any woman that you can't impact, that you can't love correctly, that you can't lead correctly. This is the fate that all pleasure-driven, desire-driven creatures will face. Either one of those 2 tragedies. Either you will never get the thing that you've always wanted, or you'll get exactly the thing that you've always wanted. Fellas,
Lead a purposeful existence, a life of duty, accountability, and responsibility. Forego as many pleasures as possible. Do not lead a life of sin. Be responsible for something greater than yourself. Be accountable for something greater than yourself. Lead a life that is driven by obligation. All other paths will lead to these two tragedies. Leave a like, leave a comment, sign up for one-on-one coaching. I'm going to do a part 2. The part 2 will be more practical. This is theoretical. Watch my other video that covers the infatuation aspect of this, and then in my other video I will cover other elements outside of infatuation. Guys, thank you for supporting the page. Please continue to support the page.